Sunday Sharpe, do 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 do. Sunday Sharpe, do 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 do. Sunday Sharpe, do 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 do. Yay! Another year done and got rid of. Happy New Year. Oh dear, this cat's putting a serious shadow on me. But hey, not seeing me is a bonus. And my hair's doing weird things because it needs cutting. It's doing the whole. Evening, Rob, Mr. DeFries. How the devil art thou? So yes, Happy New Year, as I said. Hopefully it's better than last year and the year before that. It didn't start out too great, but hey. Lovely, delightful, delicious, darling Dee Dee, how are you? Sandy, good evening to you. And lovely little Marit, how are you? My Norwegian naughty. Yes, so might as well get straight into it. New Year started with a bang, quite literally. There was a fight outside Mary's house. And, oh, well, someone decided that it would be a good idea to vandalise their son's car. So, yes, great start to the new year. Police are involved. There was other damage and things going on as well at the time. So, yes, hopefully that will get sorted out and Adam doesn't have to pay for that. Howdy, Jamie, from across the pond. It is quite a large pond. Not the kind of one I'd want to do a water change on. Dear friend or dear fiend? I think fiend is probably more likely. Yeah, I'm all right. You know me, I just try and stay away from everybody. It's easier that way. Yes, it's been a relatively quiet week. I've been doing some playing about, as you may have noticed if you watched any of the videos. I had a play about with my new GoPro in there. And that came out quite well, I thought. Then a history video on the Ket's Rebellion. Very interesting piece of history, local to me. Literally 7 miles down the road. Then fishy wise, no deaths. It shouldn't be news that nothing's died, but for some reason it seems to be. And we do have, well, no births yet per se. There's a certain Mr. Pleco fanning away like a good one again. So come Wednesday, despite having sold some today, we'll be up to 750 bristle noses. Yeah, how long till I hit 1,000? Howdy, Scotty, too hotty. Thank you very much, Marit. Yes. Is it 1592 rebellion, murders, hangings, battles, all that kind of good stuff going on. And as I figured, it would be better to not sit there looking at my face while I'm reading my notes. Yeah, that's not an entertaining video. I stuck the camera looking at a fish tank instead. I figured that's prettier to look at. Happy New Year, Kay. Hope all is well with you. What else has happened? So yes, so Spotty Boy is on eggs again. So when I saw it happening, I grabbed my camcorder and videoed, well, Pleco porn, let's be blatantly honest. And yes, male bristlenoses do have what I'm calling a plecgasm. Not a floorgasm, a plecgasm. Yeah, getting the old bristles trembling. It was actually quite funny to watch. So that has led me into another rabbit hole where I know I've done a video before about breeding bristle noses. But this time I'm doing the complete series from getting your bristle noses, the tank they kind of like, to the breeding, to then going through the various care, how I do it anyway. I seem to have around about 100% success rate, so yeah, it must kind of work. Happy New Year, Lady Di. How the devil art thou? So yeah, there's going to be those videos to come. We're going to be doing an underwater shrimpy video. There was the final part of the fishy store tour from my LFS, part 1, 2, now 1, 2, 3, part 5, which is all the pond fish. I used my GoPro and got a bit sneaky. I may have accidentally dunked it into one of the tubs. And I may have had a koi sucking my finger at one point as well. So that went quite well. And they have a Wells catfish now, which they have taken in. Someone bought it when it was very, very, very small. And for a Wells, it is still very small. It's only about a foot long. Yeah, it's got about 8 feet left to grow. About another 295 pounds to put on in weight. Yeah, I'm not quite sure where they're going to home that one, even the store. I'm still undecided whether to do the bird and fluffy, the feathered and fluffy section, because that is rather noisy. But I think I might just film it anyway, see how it looks, sounds, and then just upload it. Because hey, it's a video, it's content. Yes, basically a big. They look quite pretty when they're small, but when they get big, they're basically a sort of dark olive green tube with a big hole at one end and a little hole at the other end, and stuff goes in one end and comes out the other. That's pretty much it. Yeah, they're not the kind of thing you want as a pet, and they do need a license to keep as well. But somehow some made it into the aquarium trade in the UK locally. Someone I know was selling some, and they go from about that big to about that big in a matter of a few weeks. You like the thumbnail, do you? Yes. Yes, that is if you were wondering, that is the snuggle blanket of Fleur Jansen that Mary got me for Christmas. And it's perfectly sized. Because when I put it around it, snuggle, when I'm sitting there, it's a bit chilly, as you do when you get older. You have a blanket. Well, it works out just right that her face is in my crotch, her bust is around my knees, and I can tickle her with my toes. So, kind of dream position. Hello, Lady Metalhead. How are you? Good to see you here. Turn up just as we're talking about a symphonic metal band. Well, the lead singer anyway. Not that I'm a hussy or anything. Yeah, so that worked well. What else has been going on That's pretty much all that's been going on this week. It is quite a bit for me anyway, because normally the highlight of my week is doing water changes. And I get that done by Monday or Tuesday, so there's not an awful lot goes on after that. But as I said, yes, selling bristle noses. So we sold another 50 bristle noses today and another 30-ish shrimp. So that will pay the food bills for this week. I say 30-ish shrimp because I caught 30 that were sellable size, but you know what cherry shrimp are like. There's probably about 50 in there by the time all the little tiny shrimplets were in there. The ones that end up in the net that you don't mean to catch. Chevy, stop by, leave a like, share, need to shovel yourself. Oh, bless. Shovel yourself out before you can get the small fry. Oh dear. Well, good luck and drive safe. And don't eat the yellow snow. And yes, I am lacking caffeine today. Yeah, same to anyone who's currently snowy and icy. Yeah, just drive safe. Oh no, you lot probably will, but remember, there's the other idiots on the road as well that don't. Just assume that everyone else doesn't know how to drive in the snow, and you'll be a lot safer. Oh, lady dies waking up. Oh dear. I would say it's a bit late in the day to be waking up, but then working in the time difference, still a bit late. Hello, Mary. Hope all is well with you, my dear. Oh, pardon me. My southern belle. Oh, Jamie Anderson. Jamie got over a foot of snow last night. That's more than we've probably seen in 2 or 3 years. Hello, Nola. How are you? Yeah, I normally about an inch of snow and the country goes into panic. Everyone goes like, oh no, quick, buy all the bread and milk and toilet roll. And, you know, then they have to go back the next day to make sure they've got enough. You got here yesterday, delivery got here yesterday. We're not getting any more snow. Even, was it 3 or 4 years ago, when we had the beast from the east, which was barely a foot of snow. Let's be honest. Everywhere stayed open. Now all the main roads were clear. All the major shops were open. So, you know, you weren't going to go short of food or anything. But people panic like they are. And that was basically an entire week of everyone panic buying milk and bread. But nowhere was shut for more than 1 day. And that was only the smaller stores that were shut for 1 day because they couldn't get out of their houses. So, yeah, I don't know. They even shut the schools, for crying out loud. Now the kiddies might fall over and injure themselves. And then they'll learn how not to behave on snow and ice. Yeah, that's how I learned that ice was slippery. I fell over on it and broke a couple of bones. Lesson learned. Oh, and our Russian hackbots are back again. Bless. Bye-bye. Oh, no. Chat moved. Oh. Whew. I nearly got rid of Lady Di then. That wouldn't have been good. Thankfully, we did get the right one. Yeah, I don't think we've got any mods in at the moment. I could probably do with making a couple more mods. Is there anyone who would like to be a mod? Bear in mind, pretty much the only job will be saving me from deleting the hackers. Speak now, forever hold your peace. Would any of you lovely ladies like to be my wrench? Oh, someone got married again for Christmas. Oh dear. I daren't ask. Oh, I've got plenty of plans for videos at the moment. Streams I never plan. I just Well, hold up, Lady Metalhead. As I know you and trust you, because you know you're a metalhead like me, and I see you around and about. There you go. You are now a wrench wench. I know, but certain people do moderate in a lot of streams, and I don't want people to feel that they have to moderate all the time. And I know Mary Page does a lot of lurking. She's here. I know she's here a lot, but she does do other things and listens in the background. Dee Dee, will you be my wench? Sorry, you ain't got a choice. I want Dee Dee to be my wench. There we go. That should sort out. Saves me accidentally clicking the wrong button anyway. To be fair, all you have to do in here is kick out the spammers. If there's an actual troll, let me deal with them, please. I enjoy trolling trolls because I am a troll. And they sometimes forget or don't know that. Just wrench everyone. Yeah, I've been to streams like that. It doesn't tend to work too well. Liquid Zoo is the guru for the fish fam, and we have a certain Mr. Kenny E. Good evening, Kenster, Kenmeister, Lord Sir Kenneth of Kensington. That's what I said, Mary, is that I know you're here quite a lot, but you do your lurking and you're doing other things. So being a mod, you can't. It's not. We'll let you off. Ah, yes, Liquid Zoo made the fish fam link. Yes. Yes, I did roll it, ladies. Yeah, I find the less I pay attention, the better they come out. But I've been hand rolling for the best part of 30 years, so I should be okay at it by now. You know, as long as if I get up in the morning, now this is going to sound silly, and this will probably make quite a few of you laugh. Right? Because my fish room is my living room, and this is technically my dining room, but you'd never get a dining table in here, not for more than one person anyway. But sometimes I tend to wake up a little early in the morning, let's say, and I'll get up because I'm awake, come downstairs, or if I'm already sleeping downstairs, which happens quite a lot. I'll sit there without the light on. I'll stick like the TV on and be watching YouTube, but I won't put the light on because I don't want to upset the fish. Literally. Well, because I mean, it can be silly early. It can be like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning that I might wake up at. I mean, I'll probably fall asleep afterwards again, but so I basically sit here in the dark for a few hours, and yeah, I roll cigarettes in the dark without looking, and they come out okay. So just down to muscle memory, I guess. And I'm switching between lighters because yeah, they have, Mary, those spammer, scammer, hacker things have been doing the rounds quite a lot. I had some last week as well. Yeah, isn't kind of annoying, but as long as nobody clicks on them, then They ain't going to do any harm. And there'll be another one turn up in a few minutes with a slightly different name and exactly the same link. I miss the days of the good, proper, honest troll. Someone you could have a laugh with. You could troll them back, and yeah, it was fun. Everybody, alert, alert, alert! Patty's here! Yay! Do the dance. I haven't got the video. Don't worry, Patty. I did have, I wouldn't know how to use it, so except for personal consumption. Lurking and doing chores. Oh dear, chores. Now, not the hackers lady, though. If it's a proper troll, someone who actually goes to the effort of putting something quite amusing together as a troll, then yeah, I'll have some fun with them. If it's just these dull hackers or the ones about your mum's fat or something like that, yeah, it's just go away. You aren't even worth the time. Or it's going, hey, your mum's, yeah, your mum's so ugly they invented a pandemic so they can make her wear a mask. That goes down quite well. Not that I'm saying the pandemic is invented. I fully believe in COVID and I do the right things to try not to catch it. Trying to install a camera that will make you look 20 years younger and £40 lighter. No, don't do that. Don't do that. We love you as you are, Dee Dee. We love the wisdom and the curvature, the voluptuousness. Yeah, exactly, Mary. I've done that in the past. Oh, that's dark, Merritt. Yeah, I don't speak to any of my family, so I don't care anyway. But no, Dee Dee, you're gorgeous. Trust me on this. Card-carrying member of the Dirty Old Man Society. You're hot. Hey, I'm open about it. Yeah, even Patty agrees with me. Smoking hot. I mean, yeah. Every time you pull that bit of paper out from your bra, it's like, oh, we're gonna get, we're gonna no. Disappointing. Teasing. And I must admit, you were making Jess squirm big time on Ladies' Night. Oh boy. Oh boy, did you have Jess squirming. You had me cracking up laughing. I mean, Dee Dee, you don't worry about what you look like. I mean, look at the state of this. Bad hair, going bald, fat, grey, wonky teeth, wonky nose, weird accent. Yes. You know we love you, Dee Dee. But there, so what else have we got? Other than me getting in trouble for telling lots of other women that they're hot. Oh, I'm always happy to see you, Marriott. You know that much. Cross legs and tuck. Now, Dee Dee, that we would like to see. your butt up on screen. But yeah, it's it. We are who we are. Everybody's beautiful in their own way, or whatever the song says. Oh, even better, Marriott. You don't need technology, just low cut tops. Low cut tops and industrial strength brassiere. Yeah. Lady Metalhead went there first, so don't blame me. Exactly. Exactly, and very well put, Scott. I ain't got any beauty, so don't worry about it. I don't have inner beauty, I don't have outer beauty. Just a twisted sense of humour. Dee Dee, don't go there with that one. Don't, no, behave sharp. Behave yourself. We're not going to speculate on that subject. Oh dear. It must be getting bad if Patty's telling you off, Dee Dee. No guts, no glory. Exactly. Yeah, I think Dee Dee didn't quite get what she typed there, Patty. Not quite as perverse as the rest. Yeah, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but after 2 a.m. in the club, it's in the eye of the beer holder. What used to get referred to back then as a 3 a.m. special, whereby about 10 a.m. you wake up and you go, oh my God. Then you put your glasses on and you realise it's really grim. And that was her, not me. So when you wake up, roll over and see the teeth on the nightstand, you're like, oh. Stevie Wonder. Howdy, Simon. You should kick the bad habit. It's my only bad habit. I don't drink, I don't do drugs no more, so it's just the smoking. And I'm behind on nicotine intake today and caffeine intake, so you know. Pardon me. But good to see you anyway, Simon. Coyote ugly happened 6 a.m. the next day. Yeah. I'm not gonna tell those tales, but there are somewhere I'd think I'd have been happier to wake up on a park bench. Um, yes, I've done that, and underneath the park bench. Yeah, it's called the 90s. Okay, a lot has changed since then. Oh, uh-oh, phone's peeping at me. That'd be Mary's got home. Oh, I nearly misread that. I thought that says Secret Life of Pants there, Lady Diane. Secret Life of Plants. Yeah. Now I figured the timing, because if it was a messenger message, it pops up on the laptop as well. So that'd be Mary's just got home, telling me she's got home okay, and probably that the kids haven't left any of the Chinese they got for her. You know, they're like 17 and 21. They order any Chinese, yeah, it's not going to survive long enough. We do have one slight change though, which you haven't seen yet. What tank is the Fluval on? The Fluval is on the 64-litre Lovefish Panorama, which is, grab the camera, untangle it so we've got extra wires. My head. So it's on that one, right there in the corner. And that got cleaned out again this week because it was filthy. But in here, you can just see, not only are they the bristly noses, but they are the super red and the long fin super reds. So we've got about 100 of them in there. Yay! Super cute little bristly noses. And a chunk of moss and snails and mollies. Oh, angle the camera right. Look. This is my problem with cameras. I look at what I'm looking at, not what the camera's looking at. And then we go up here and it's just bristlenose central. And in here, dun, dun, dun. Yeah, so bristlenose is in the breeder box. There's a waggly tail in the cave. And then also somewhere in here, you might be able to see them scooting around right at the surface. We've had another batch of mollies born. But this batch of mollies are going to be left to their own devices. Whether they end up as fish food or not is up to them. I ain't got space for them. Oh, bless you. You lovely Mary Page, you are Southern Belle. It's just character. I mean, hey, we've all face planted a few times. Have you seen my nose? At least I'm looking in the camera so I can leave it straight again. There we go. Lady Metalhead, tank stuff and chores should be doing live streams. Yeah, I know that feeling very well, Lady Metalhead. Yes, chores to do, but then I'll just watch this one more video. Oh, that one looks like it might be quite interesting. I'll watch that one as well. 3 hours later. I've really got to get these jobs done. So what I do now is I try and get everything done as early as I can in the day, and then the rest of the day I can nap and do whatever. Thank you very much, Lady Diane. I mean, they're just fry tanks. I didn't show it, but yeah, there's the other one down the bottom there, which is now down to 50 bristle noses. So that 70 will be going down there to make room for that 150 to go into there, and the 150 that's in the cave will go into there. Oh, thank you very much, Mary. Yeah, I'll say I don't know how many people are, I say guilty of it. It's not really being guilty of anything. But you watch a video and the tanks always look really, really clean and algae free. There's never any watermarks on the glass. And I can't help but think that before they film the video, they've done a water change, cleared all the algae out, scraped the glass, cleaned the glass on the front, cleaned the light, and done all that. I don't. When I do a video, my tank is just how it is at the time I happen to film the video. So if there's algae on it, you're getting a green video. If there's watermarks on the glass, well, there's going to be watermarks in the video. Keeping it real. No, it's kind of part laziness and part, this is how my tanks are. We've got a Missy Marrett sending me massages. Oh dear. Yeah, well, sometimes we do. Yeah, so it's again, each to their own, but I'm lazy. Anyone who's seen any of my videos knows I'm lazy. You got a lovely nose, Mary Page. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. At least yours works. Mine doesn't. Well, mine can barely hold my bloody glasses up. That's how bad mine is. If it fails any harder at that, I might just get it removed. Most of the time, I can't breathe through it. Certainly can't smell anything. So, it's just there for cosmetic reasons at the moment. I was saying my videos, it's lazy. I kind of figure out what I want to talk about. I pick up the camera, I turn it on, point it at something, and start talking. Then I've finished what I've got to talk about, I say goodbye and press stop, and then put the memory card in the computer and hit upload. And that's pretty much as technical as it gets. Like YouTube, the easy way. Oh, Simon's in trouble. He's got to get the oven on. Oh, save us a slice or whatever. Have a good one and don't work too hard. Yep, you too, Rob. Don't run too many errands. As always, tomorrow. But yeah, I decided if I ever go marine, I'm just going to have a starfish and sea cucumber tank. There has to be a breed of starfish that is known as the rusty starfish. It'll be the world's most perverse marine tank. If the inhabitants don't look like something rude, they're going to be called something rude. But yeah, rusty starfish and pink sea cucumbers. That'd be a very perverse looking tank. Especially if I added some of the rocks that Jess got. I wasn't sure whether they were rocks or battery powered. Yeah, that was an interesting moment as well. But no, chances are I won't be going marine. I'm trying to get it so that all my display tanks actually produce fish that I can sell, or shrimp that I can sell, or snails that I can sell. As I said in Chris's stream, I'm trying to get it so that hopefully I don't have to actually have a job. The ideal is to be able to make enough from sales of fish from breeding and from YouTube that I won't be rich. I won't be going out buying a new car or anything, but enough that I don't have to work is all I want. That's all I want from life. Just chill, be relaxed, be happy, not make someone else rich, not have to deal with the stress and the grief. I'm going to have to probably get a part-time job, but oh, pardon me. Plus, if you've got a job, you have to be a bit concerned about doing things like that as well. Oh, bless you, Mary. See, they keep sliding down. It's because it broke where the cartilage meets the bone. It actually broke. So it's never going to heal back together. Yes, I do apologise, Dee Dee. That did come out of the bottom end. That was the bum trumpet. At least you don't get to smell it. Yeah, I get wind. It happens. I'm not embarrassed by it. Better out than in, anyway. As Lady Diana says, being retired is the most lovely time spent you've ever had. Yeah, I'm sure it is. And that's why I'm trying to not retire, but get to the point where I don't have to work. And I'm not saying it's no work doing the water changes and the feedings and the cleanings and blah, 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 blah. But, you know, it's better than having a boss. Let's put it that way. Now, do things when you want to do them rather than when a boss decides they need to be done. Yeah. But, you know, just go, oh, yeah, that tank could do the water change. I'll do that. Or, yeah, oh, that glass could use scraping. I might do that in a couple of days. Yeah, that kind of thing. We're having a boss. They're like, no, it needs to be done now. Ugh. Why aren't these shelves straight? It will affect sales. No, it won't. People aren't going to not buy it because it's on the shelf. You never heard bum trumpet? Cool dear. Bet you never heard of slinging mud either. Slinging mud is what you do after you had a Taco Bell. Or a bad prawn. Ladies retiring works all the damn time. Yeah. That's the thing. Bum trumpet went off and the phone shut down. It wouldn't be the first time my backside's killed something. Yeah, that's mud slinging, but slinging mud is, yes, it's when you go panoramic in the bowl and get it all the way around. Full 360-degree panoramic. Attitude got an awful in the workplace. Yeah, superiority complex, exactly. Exactly. And there's a lumpy dog. How you doing, Lump? Swing in, say hello, and smash the like button. Are you swinging like Tarzan? Oh, or George of the Jungle? Vinoxky Fishkoto, hello. I don't think I'm getting towards being a lady. My hair's getting kind of long. I could do with wearing a bra. And S is here as well. Sharpe, how are my fish? My fish are fishy. All good at the moment. Some births, no deaths. So, you know, all good. Some sales, even better. The I'll say the bacterial bloom is continuing in that tank quite heavily, but it'll be empty tomorrow anyway. Well, the fish will be coming out of it, and it will get a day or two, and then those bristly noses in that this breeder box will be going into it, and I'm not sure now, do I try and video me trying to get the male bristlenose out of the cave without knocking out all the wrigglers? Because that can, and then getting the wrigglers into the breeder box. It's not the most subtle and delicate process, and there is normally swearing involved, usually by me at Spotty. Normally because he spikes me at some point. Yeah, grab him by, yeah, that's pretty much what happens, S. Grab him by the tail fin and literally pull him out of the cave. And then he turns around and spikes me. And we got one of our Russian hacker friends, which I wish I could read Cyrillic, because then I would know exactly what the name was. Katanga, something like that, anyway. Yeah, it's probably something like Christopher Pomborski or something like that, but you know. Oh, thank you very much, Dee Dee. Yeah. These paws, I can't get my fingers in far enough to grab him by the dorsal fin. It's the tail fin. There's a fairly deep cave, and he shoots right to the back of it. And then, if I'm not careful, he turns around in there and gives me what for. I might record it and then just see how it goes. If it goes really badly, you won't see the video. The trick is to do it while the wrigglers are still Stanislav Romashkin. Ah, thank you. Very cool. Thank you very much for that, Lumpy Dog. I can speak the Russian when it's translated into the English alphabet. There's no idea in Cyrillic. Oh, that's one of the easier ones to pronounce. I used to watch a lot of European football, so you get the Eastern European teams and you hear the commentators say the name and you kind of get used to it. Anyone else dreading going to work? No, not me, Lefty. I'm unemployed. It's well, I've got a lot of water changes to do, but that's about it. I try and break them up into 2 days. So I say a lot, and then I realise I've got Kenny here in the chat. He must be on permanent water change duties. So like Monday, I'll get fry rack done, and the tank's over by the front corner. And then on Tuesday, I will do the shrimp tanks, the Shellies, panorama, and the big tank. I try and divide it up into bucket loads, so it's a sort of similar amount of bucket loads a day. Yeah, exactly. Retirement must be awesome, because I don't know how people do the whole carry on working when they could have retired. That to me says you really don't have anything else. In IT, everyone has the week off. I used to work in a factory, and we'd get usually between 10 days and 2 weeks off for Christmas. Then I started working retail, and you get 1 day off if you're lucky. This year, for the first time in quite some time, both the supermarkets in town were closed Christmas Day and Boxing Day. Basically everywhere was shut Christmas Day apart from one convenience store which was open Christmas Day as well. And it was the only place that was open late on Boxing Day. Yes, people take time off work. In the UK, you're legally entitled to 5.5 weeks paid vacation every year. We've got to do the flex, which is kind of pathetic flex, but you know, because we've got a big tank Hank there. Evening, Garrick. Hope all is well with you, sir. We've got a lot of people around today. Marek keeps dropping her towel. Now, don't you... that I told you about becoming my scoutmaster. I don't want to be pitching tents for a living. Oh dear. And then there's people in the chat going to get that joke. Some that won't. Yeah. Working in schools, that is the upside of working in schools, is lots of holiday. If the kids aren't there, neither are you. The problem is, if you want to go anywhere on holiday, vacation, as it were, it's in the school holidays, so it costs twice as much as it does the week before or the week after. But yes. You see, Mary, if you'd left some Velcro there, the towel would have stayed up. Yeah, I know teachers are doing other stuff in the holidays, but you know, they're not having to deal with the kids, which, you know, has got to be a good thing. Professional development days. Can't they just call it training? I think it was 2 or 3 times a year there would be a teacher training day where school was shut. You know, they normally timed it to like the day before the holidays started or something like that, or the day after. So you'd go back on the Tuesday instead of the Monday. But yeah. As I say, I mean, Mary used to work in a playgroup, kindergarten, and yes, she had other things that she'd have to do, the certificates and the training and things like that. Yeah, she basically had the school holidays off. I mean, I don't think I'd mind being a lollipop man, actually. Yeah, 12, 16 hours a week. You just wander out into the road every so often with your stop sign, stand there, let the kids cross the road, go back. I could quite happily do that. Yeah, everything needs a fancy name, yes. And you can't have a job anymore. It's a career. You're not going for a job interview, you're going for a career opportunity. And then they start asking you questions about where you hope to be or what are your plans for company and how are you going to... You're like, dude, I just want to do my job, get paid, go home, forget about the place. That's it. I am literally here for the money. If I didn't need the money, I wouldn't be here. No pay here for that. Yeah, well, I mean, it's a minimum wage job here because you do need training apparently, but I think I can manage that. I kind of know how to cross a road. I'm not overly scared of traffic. Yeah, I do have a tendency to walk out and then look. Maybe why I've been run over. Lefty's 10-year plan is survive life. Yeah, any time we can put an extra 10 years on, we've done well. That's woohoo! Survived another 10 rotations around the sun without getting killed, dying, or killing somebody. So, I mean, for now, that's all I'll need, anyways. At the moment, just a part-time job, 16 hours a week, is plenty enough for me. And I will be starting to look. I was going to say in the new year, but it is the new year, so very shortly, I should get my butt in gear and start looking for a part-time job, just to pay the bills, basically. Yeah. And then hopefully increase the amount of fish sales and YouTube income, and aim to get to the point where I don't need to work anymore. Oh, pardon me again. Yeah, that's basically my long-term plan, is to not work. When interviewed, said, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" Still employed. Yeah, we don't all want to be going up the ladder, and yes, you get more money, but you also get way more stress and grief and responsibility, and I don't want any of that. I think these days, if I go for a job interview and someone says, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time?" I'll say, "Self-employed fish breeder and YouTuber." And they'll look at me and go, "Oh." Oh, hello, baby Shelley Dwellies. Let's have a look. We haven't seen the Shelley yet, have we? Let's have a look at some Shelley Dwellies. Save it from my ugly mug. And there they are. You can see a few of them up and about down the back. They're starting to grow now. That way around. There's one of the males. So the females seem to be more in the centre of the tank, males more to the edges, and the previous generations of fry just scootering about and doing what they will. That little one right at the end there is the one that was rescued out of the non-filtered, non-heated, non-fed tank after a couple of months. But yeah, you can't go wrong with shell dwellers. They are the perfect. If you've got an aquascaper in your life, someone who's really, really careful about how their tanks look and how everything's perfectly aligned according to whatever rules, get them some shell dwellers. That'll get rid of their OCD overnight, because they're constantly fighting to get things how they want it, and the Shelleys will constantly move things how they want it. Right, Lefty's starving, phone on 12%, plug it and get some food. See you later, Lefty. Good one to you too. Oh, good evening, Sir Bob. How the devil art thou? Bad timing, what? Because Lefty's leaving. Lady Mahuta's got babies to move and a better to move for a new tank for an Astro Turtle coming this week. Yes, I'm aware. I do call them Astro Turtles. Because I heard someone say it once and it made me laugh, and I've stuck with it ever since. I was actually looking at some today who they weren't albino, they were completely see-through. Like almost like glass axolotls. Very cool. A bit strange as well. Oh dear, Bob's had a big long nap. Oh, yes, I find those, Bob. It's where it goes from being a nap to actually being asleep, a proper sleep, rather than just like catching 40 winks, having a quick nap. When you wake up 3 or 4 hours later and you don't know what day it is, what time it is, where you are, who you are, what's going on. Why do I really, really need the loo? Evening, Steve. How the devil art thou as well? Hope all is well. Yes, I am switching between lighters, and I've got to get some of the clicky ones because these ones are ripping my thumbs to pieces. Cool, cool, cool. I'm guessing they've probably got some posh name, Lady M. Oh dear, Bob. I'm going to choose to read that like you meant it, rather than how I read it. uh, oh bless. Oh dear. That's an image. Yeah, you read it again and you went, oh, didn't you, Bob? Put the Otto's in the tank and Corey's decided to come out and start cleaning as well. Well, it might have been the Otto's showed the Corys that, hey, this is edible. Weirder things have happened. It's like, my fish won't eat this. It will only, my whatever chicklet will only eat live fish. I can't get it to eat pellets. And usually something like an Oscar. And then they get another one, and the other one will eat pellets. So the one they already had sees the other one eating them and goes, oh, hang on, those things are food? Ah, cool. Nom, 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 nom. Oh, excuse me, not COVID. It is funny though if you have a bit of a coughing fit in a shop or a store at the moment, because people just run quite literally. It is. Sorry, the shell dwellers are being daft again. One keeps picking up a piece of lava rock and chucking it over the top of the hill, and then the other one keeps picking it back up and chucking it back over. So I don't want it. Well, I don't want it. It's your rock. No, it's your rock. Oh, Shrimpy's going in on Thursday. Good, good, good. You'll soon be overrun with shrimplets. Planning to get off the side of the bed soon. Yeah. Yes. I've noticed that, Bob. As you get older, it takes longer to get out of bed. Sort of like you get yourself to the sitting position, then you're like, I've got to stand up now. You sort of have to sort of brace yourself and right, 3, 2. No, it's not working. Well, if you love shrimp, Lady Diane, in the coming weeks, I will be doing I'll probably film it this week, but I will be popping my shiny new GoPro into one of my shrimp tanks to have a video of shrimpies doing shrimpily things. And just for Lady Diane, although you probably can't see any, stretch out the cable as far as it'll go. Get you all seasick. Oh, look out, there's the fart jar again. There is the shrimp tank. I know it looks fairly bare and barren. It's actually kind of not green at the moment. And despite the fact that I've probably cleared out about 50 of them today, yeah, there's probably still 300 in there. Yes, the fart jar and my Christmas cards and some DVDs and some more DVDs and some model tanks. And visit Aquarium Adventures. Oh, and Daniel Keeping Fish and Mark's Shrimp Tanks. And there is my fridge magnet that Mary got me off Floor Jansen as well. Thank you very much, Bob. I did use the GoPro again today, filming the pondfish section of the Swallow Aquatics LFS. Now, I may have been sneaky and dunked the camera at one point, just to get a better shot of the sterlet, obviously. Yes, all sorts of goldfish and koi and barbel and chub and orf and yes, grass carp and sterlets and yeah, it's a lot. And it's low on stock at the moment as it's not pondfish buying season. Got endlers in, but some frozen Daphne and endler baby popped his head up and realised the mistake. Oh dear. Om nom 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 nom. Well, they are delicious and tender. But yeah, we've got baby mollies in here at the moment. They were born last night. There's a couple of dozen of them somewhere. But most of them are hiding up around the top of the breeder box and around the back of it. Some are on top of the filter. And the others are just all around the edge of the tank, basically. Yeah, they'll either make it or they won't. I know I'm a fish breeder and every single fish I should breed, I can, blah, 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 but mollies ain't worth much. And if I get overrun with mollies, I get overrun with mollies. I can't then fill the tanks with things that are worth more, like bristlenoses. Oh, well, say hi to Ginger for me, Bob, and give her a hug. Yeah, there is a lot of that white stuff around at the moment. Yeah, they are smart mollies. Oh, and harlequins have been laying eggs as well. Cool. You're getting all the breeding going on then, Steve. Yeah, I say it's still too warm for snowstorms here. I mean, I've had to have the back door open, not my back door, before anyone goes there, because I have storage heating. So you turn it on and it heats up, and then you have heat the next day. Because if you turn it off, you don't get heat for 48 hours, which is a bit of a problem this time of year because the temperature goes up and down like a yo-yo. So one day it'll be, yeah, it's quite comfortable. The next day could be, oh, it's a bit chilly. And the next day it's like, oh, geez, oh, I'm melting. So yeah, like yesterday it was sort of 15 degrees C outside, which to me is a completely acceptable indoor temperature. But obviously the heating's still on. So it got up like 22, 23 degrees in here. So I had to open the door and let the heat out. But yeah, I'll say with the mollies, oh, let's see if we can see some mollies. These ones are the easiest. They're probably the biggest babies as well. So yeah, they all are the platinum lyre tail. Or they're still too young for the lyre tails to start showing. I say all of them are. There's one up in there, which you won't be able to see. right on the surface. You just see tiny little one at the surface, which is an albino, or albino if you're American. So I will be keeping hold of that one for certain, and if I spot any more albino mollies, then I shall be trying to breed some albino lyre tails, and I think that would be quite cool. And the camera's completely done that thing again where it loses focus, so bear with me a moment while I reset the camera focus. Damn, it's getting warm. No, we're going to focus at silly distance again. Yes, we are. No, I'm going to have to get out of the way, aren't I? Steve's zebra danios are breeding as well. Very cool. So I jump out of the way, you see, and then reset the camera. It should refocus. Then when I sit down, there we go. Well, at least slightly in focus now. Well, maybe not. Everything's still blurry. Never mind. Me blurry is probably better the way to look at me, really. That's what happens when I point the camera at weird things. We've got anything else to show? Yeah, let's have a look at the Snail Bundle while we're at it, because they're cute. And hopefully we can start selling these as well soon. So we have the blue and the pink ram's horns. As you can see, the pinks are really pink. And the blues are cute. We do have a spare tank. Yay! So let's see if that will actually help fix the focus issue. There we go. That's got it. It's the autofocus. Sometimes it just sticks at weird focus distance, focal lengths. Yeah. So currently all I've got breeding is bristlenoses, mollies, Neolamprologus, similis, cherry shrimp, Corridorus palliatus, unsuccessfully. I'm getting eggs, but I haven't managed to hatch any yet. And let's say the super red bristlenoses and the ram's horn snails. I think that's it. Well, I do need to get myself another male epistogramma because Missy Pisto is getting very horny. I think as soon as I put a male in there, she'll jump on him. Is pretty much what's going to happen there. So that would be a good plan for in there. The last time that tank saw a baby anything other than bristlenoses would have been Crebensis. And that's going back some time. Well, not counting trumpet snails because there's bloody hundreds in there. All blue cherries. Yes, I have a tank of blues. Well, blues and coals. There's all sorts of different blues in there. And the colony is gradually growing. So at some point we'll start selling out of there as well. So yes, 3 shrimp colonies that we're selling from then, rather than just the 2. So the numbers will be going up and up and up. And I might be able to get a bit more for blues. I don't know. We'll see. If I do, it'll only be a few pennies more per shrimp, but it adds up. And no, I haven't got a new chair yet. This one is still falling apart and uncomfortable. Something I'll get around to. Don't worry. It's I've had this one for years, so I kind of got used to it and it being broken. So if I get one that's not broken, it'll probably feel weird. You should send me some goldbacks. I think I've got some goldbacks actually in the Skittles tank. There's all sorts turns up in there. And there's stuff in there that probably theoretically shouldn't exist genetically, but it turns up in there. There's tricolour willies and God knows what. I think there's types of shrimp in there that nobody actually has a name for. £8 for two. Wherever I sell my shrimp, they normally sell cherry shrimp. All flavours are normally £4.95 a shrimp. Right, £4 a shrimp. If you buy 5, you get them cheaper. I sell them at £1.50. Evening, John. My fish tank's aquarium, or Mufter, as I used to call you before I knew you were John. It's starting to get confusing. There's so many Johns around at the moment. There's Fisherman John. There's me, John. There's Mufter John. There's John Oliver. And a few more as well. Good job most of us have other nicknames. This is why people refer to me as Sharpe. It's just less confusing. Yeah, I'll say, but that is something I think where people do go wrong when they're trying to breed and sell fish to stores, is that they expect to get closer to what they sell at than they're going to get. Oh, thank you very much, Bob. #1 fan, a $10 super chat. Why, thank you very much, Lee. Only having a very comfy chair. Or maybe bills paid, We'll see which happens first. I'm probably not. But again, yes, thank you very much. Always appreciated, never expected. Yes, we got the exchange rate as well, Lady Di. So it's one of those things. I think, is it about $1.30, $1.40 to the pound at the moment, something like that. And despite how bad our economy is at the moment. Yeah, so people do expect, if something sells at £5, they're expecting £4.50. You're like, no, you're going to be doing well to get £1 for it. I get a bit more for the shrimp, but that's because I can supply, because they've been having trouble lately, or the last year or so, actually getting cherry shrimp in from a supplier. And also, they're used to the local water, so they don't have half of them dying. They get them, they put them in the tank. They're not used to the same water parameters. Half the shrimp die. Whereas I take mine out of one of my tanks, put it in their tank, and fine. Because the water parameters are basically the same. Because it's the same water. It's only, 7 miles down the road. And also, I don't exactly mollycoddle my shrimp. There's no drip water changing or anything like that. It's jug goes in, water comes out, jug gets filled with clean water, water gets poured back in, job done. Yeah, so I don't know whether that makes them a bit hardier overall in the long term. It might do. It certainly doesn't seem to hurt them. Yeah, I say if more LFS bought from breeders, yes, you're going to pay more to buy them from a local breeder than you can get them imported, purely because you're not buying them in the same numbers. you're not having to buy a bag of 500 bristle noses or whatever. You can buy as many as you actually need to get you through a week or 2 weeks or whatever from a local breeder. And no, you're not going to have issues with die-off, because a local breeder's water is the same as the shops. It supports, keeps the money in the local economy. Everyone gets stronger, healthier fish. The fish store has less of the people going in there going, "Oh my God, this fish store is awful. They had a dead fish in one of the tanks." And yeah, I'll freely admit today, when I was filming the video, there were a couple of dead goldfish or small koi or small carp in a couple of the tanks, tubs. But they're dealing with hundreds or thousands of fish at any time. And there's going to be the odd one that kicks the bucket. It's just how it works. We all keep fish. We all know sometimes they die. You know? The good fish shop, you'll be able to go in the next day and that same dead fish won't be there. They'll have gone around and pulled them all out. Just because you've gone in there at a certain point and seen a dead fish, that could well have died since the last time they went around and took the dead fish out, probably before they opened. And the next time they do it will probably be after they close. Yeah, 12 hours in between sounds a good length of time. Or if someone happens to go into that tank to catch a fish out and they spot the dead one, they'll hoof it out at the same time. Hopefully not into the bag of fish that you're buying, but you know. Oh dear. Either the mods are slacking or they've all left. Oh well. Sharpe modding his own stuff again. Remove. Hide user. And finally, report. There we go. Report message, unwanted commercial content or spam. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Because I ain't going to click the link to find out if it's pornography. Not right now, anyway. All done, John. So, anyway, howdy, Griffin. Hope all is well. And Lady Di is going to. Oh, I've been in bed with Lady Di. Aren't I lucky? Oh, big hugs back at you, my dear. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you very much. I said, reporting these things, you know, we can do it. It doesn't really do anything. Makes us feel a bit better about it. But yeah, they'll just generate another account and troll another account and troll another account. And you're right, Bob. Yazzie having his food is far more important than a Russian hack bot. Sending head scratches and belly rubs and hugs to Yazzie, because, you know, deserves them. As one of the internet's most famous hounds. And most beloved as well. Most characterful. Although I do have to say, I was playing with a lovely ginger pussy earlier. A cat. Ginge. He's kind of been adopted by the neighbours, or he's kind of like a local, just area cat. He's not actually owned by anyone. Gets fed by about 3 or 4 more people. Bless him, he was sat outside the door and it was pouring down with rain when I went out for a ciggy. So picked him up and brought him in. Took a few minutes to kind of settled in. Then just came and had a snuggle and a clean and a snooze with myself and Mary. Lots of fusses. Dried out, warmed up, got extra floofy, and then went back out again when next door came home. But it's okay because Ginge and Zach were friends, so Zach doesn't mind Ginge coming in. Rory from down the road the other day, though, that was a different matter. Rory, bless him, he's a lovely cat. He's also a friend. Has fusses and cuddles and has a chat and follows me all the way home. Actually followed me at work a few times in the past as well, which caused a bit of a problem. But yeah, he followed me all the way home, and it was a bit cold and miserable. So I put the key in the door. Up he hops his front paws up onto the doorstep. I open the door. He takes one look in, turns around and legs it down the road at full chat. And he's like, "Yeah, you just saw Zach, didn't you? Yes, you saw Ghost Kitty." Happy New Year, Brian, to yourself and your hubby. Hope all is well with you. Yeah. And then the other cat I get fusses with is Sparky. She's another little ginger, but she's a very old girl now. We're not entirely sure. I think she might be 24 now. But yeah, she's still got 3 teeth. She can still walk. She's deaf as a post, bless her. She doesn't go very far, but she eats well. She loves her fusses and cuddles. So, she gets fusses and cuddles. Oh, bless her. Yeah, only having 3 teeth, her purr does sound quite weird. It doesn't exactly sound. I know it's a purr because I know her, but if you heard it, you wouldn't think she was purring. No, not Pam. Sparky. I mean, if you want to try rubbing Pam's belly and see if she starts purring, Bob, that's entirely on you. Amber, my dear, my sweets, how are you? Happy New Year. Big wookie hugs. Yes, I'm aware I need to cut my pinky nails. Well, at least one of them anyway. Hope all is well with you, my dearie. No, I'm still alight. I don't know why I do the old go cross-eyed and look at the end of the cigarette when I could just look at the screen and see that it's still alight. Decades of experience. There's also the decades of experience of talking with a cigarette in your mouth, which is most uncouth. Anyway, how are you, Amber, and all your little floofers? See, this is it. I talk about floofy cats, and Amber turns up. Yes, I was having big Ginge snuggles today. That is exactly it, Amber. Muffin lost all his teeth at one fang. But a lot of drooling and wheezing. Yeah. There's a lot of wheezing going on. It kind of sounds like an angry sound, but I know it's just a purr from her. She's such a sweet little girl as well. pick her up and just lay her in your arm like a baby. Bit under the weather, but on the mend and getting the house cleaned up before work week. Ooh, that dreaded 4-letter word. But hey, as long as you're on the mend, and I hope it wasn't anything too serious. Knowing you. Terry, how are you, sir? Lurking while finishing a 20th section of the fish wall and moving discus to their own bare bottom tanks. Ooh, cool. Silly saucer fish. Now, I know this is probably only me, and I probably should have done it with these, really. Bare bottom tank. Get a print out. There are plenty of pictures on the internet. Just get a print out of a bare bum, put it down and put the tank on top of it, and then you've really got a bare bottom tank. Plus, it's always interesting to look into the tank after then as well. Although I think it's a joke that would only work once. And this is my bare bottom tank, and there's just a massive print out of all different rear of the year winners or something like that. Yeah. As I say, if you love your job, that is a big bonus. That, I wasn't thinking mine, Terry. Whichever lady's bottom you decide you want to look at, or man's. Crap, I sound like an adult. That's terrifying. Yeah, sometimes we have to do adulting, Amber. It sucks, I know, but yeah, and that's the reason I'm going to end up getting a part-time job, is because I need to pay the bills. The rest of it I can figure out, but getting the bills paid every month, that's kind of important. Yeah. I don't know. Should we try and make this stream an adulting free zone? That might be hard. We're about to get another bum note, I think. Yay, kitties are on the mouse patrol. Yeah, Zacky boy was a ratter and mouser extraordinaire. I would get up in the morning, I would look out the back door, and there'd be a row of 6 or 7 mouse heads all sat up on their little neck stump, all just looking at me through the back door, which was kind of cool. Not so cool was when he started bringing in half-dead rats as like presents for me at 3 a.m. So wake up to hear a kind of muffled meow. And you sort of wake up, you look up, you see the white outline, but it don't look quite right. And then you hear the squeak because the rat in his mouth is still alive. Peanut just yowls the entire time, convinced I'm no good. Oh, bless Peanut. Yeah, I'll say, Lady Matilda, I got it the wrong way around. See, I go into a fish shop with fish and come out with money. Rather than go in with money and come out with fish. That's generally the way I do it these days. I go in with fish, come out with money and a video. Win-win. So I end up 3 females, all the same. They may do everything. Yeah. Oh, bless. Yeah, there's just something. But don't get me wrong, dogs are awesome, and I love dogs. There's just something about cats, that independent spirit. And dogs will basically go to anyone if they're going to get a fuss or some food. Cats, cats are their own things. They will go to the people they want to go to. You can't necessarily bribe a cat with food. It'll eat it if it wants to. Otherwise, it won't. Let's see. Two tiny field mice. Tibby killed one. Good girl, Tibby. Went to Sandy the snake, and the other one went back outside. Oh, bless you, Bob. Yeah, so mice outside don't do any harm whatsoever. Oh dear. Oh dear, Amber. Yes. All the tabs are aquatic plant companies and aquabid pages. Oh dear. Yes. You're going to have to learn that other adulting skill, self-discipline. Is that one when you look at the bank balance and you go, right, I've got this, and this bill to come out. Then I don't get paid till then, which leaves me this much money. I've got to buy food and petrol and, oh, bugger. Oh, well, I guess I won't be buying those fish then. Evening, Melvin. How are you? Ooh, that's a bit expensive. Sorry, axolotls are a lot cheaper in this country. I think whichever flavour one it was that we were talking about earlier, I think they were $69.99. The standard ones are only about 20. Hoping to keep it to around 100 tanks. Well, I mean that's less than you did have, so you go in the right way. But I know you. I know you'll look after them all. Um, so and if you can get enough breeding going on, you might be able to make enough money to not have to work so much. Yep, hang in there, Melvin. I hope your better half is doing better as well. I heard about the work incident, so sending her hugs. That was the Axie and the shipping. Fair enough. Yeah, shipping is a killer these days. I mean, I've looked into it for some things, and it always gets down to that's the fish I want. Yeah, that I want. Okay, the shipping is 3 times what the fish are going to cost me. No, that's not happening. Yeah, okay, it might be free shipping if I spend £150, but yeah, no. Not only do I not need £150 worth of fish, I don't have anywhere to put £150 worth of fish and shrimp. I'm fairly fully stocked at the moment. What do I need? Yeah, do we have a need? Yeah, we do. Some more. I do need a male Epistogramma cacatoides, hopefully triple red or a double red or whatever we find. Could get some interesting colour combinations. Probably some more panda cories to go in that tank as well. And then shift the Skiffia into the 64 litre and the Limia into the 200. I'm in Norfolk, Sandy. South Norfolk. Well, technically Breckland, but South Norfolk is further north than Breckland. Yeah, it's weird. It's Norfolk. Bass Ackwards. Exactly. This is. I mean, basically, we're kind of trying to do the same thing, Amber. We're trying to get it to the point where we don't have to work. We can support ourselves. Ah, South Wales. Ah, you see, I used to live in. I say in near to Kunklingbeck. I was in. Yes. There's a small village outside of it called Kenbrinbrine, and I was in a hamlet outside of that. One of those where it takes you 15 minutes to cycle into town and 45 to cycle home. Yes, the RAF tornadoes used to fly past below my bedroom window. It's just northeast of Neath. So yes, I do know South Wales. Yeah, you're always welcome, Melvin. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much, Sandy. Always appreciated. All pays the bills. Or as I see that, that's three bristle noses. I in Clonlethley. I've got a very long tongue and I always struggle with the double L. And we are confusing the Americans big time who are trying to figure out how to spell these things or pronounce them. Outside Illinois is going to have big nest tanks with guppies, lights at Iraq. No, don't go for the large rack joke, Sharpe. Don't start joking about Amber's large rack. Wild bears and 75 from peppermint pikeheads, goblin leaf fish, and Bolivian rams. Half hour from Swan. Probably a fairly similar area then. So, how's the rain at the moment, Sandy? Jellystone's here. Hello, how are you? Yeah, so my only breeding, because I'm not in Florida, Amber. My only breeding idea for next year is to get one of my, or I say the crib tub of multiplication plus three. Uh, if you don't know the joke, don't worry. Stick it outside the back door, fill it up with water, chuck some hornwort in it, and then chuck some cherry shrimp and some white clouds in there, and just kind of ignore it and see what happens. I've got a funny feeling there could be hundreds of cherry shrimp and white clouds in there after summer. Sandy, yeah, yes, that's why also Sandy. I say that is peeing down here as well, so that's what woke me up this morning and this afternoon. Actually, was it the rain or was it Mary snoring? One or the other. I think most others here, Sandy, are based the other side of the pond. So there's a big old bit of water between us. Ignoring tubs and tanks is when you tend to get dry. Exactly, Amber. That's my theory. So it's a 10-litre plasterer's bath, so 10-litre black bucket. As anyone who remembers the thing that I emptied 3 times and kept finding cribs in there. Ooh, 4 koi to rehome. Ooh. I don't know anyone who keeps koi in South Wales. I'm trying to think, is there? I would have thought, if not a local or semi-local garden centre, might take them. Because most fish shops don't do that. About a foot long. So what? About £6, £8 maybe. They're a good size. I would have thought people would jump on the chance of those. So if I were you, I'd call around or message your various local fish shops and garden centres. I say garden centres because quite a lot of them have a pond section. And see, I'm sure someone will be happy to take them Maidenhead probably wouldn't. Well, Maidenhead probably would, but you probably get some credit. I mean, no, I would, but my pond isn't big enough for koi. It's got 3 comets and about 8 million frogs in it. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh, hang on. Another YouTube channel, Mark's Aquatics. Not to be confused with Mark Shrimp Tanks. Mark's Aquatics. I believe he's based in South Wales. He might be able to give you a heads up on somewhere that you could. He's got a koi pond as well, so he might even take them. So yeah, and I'll stick it in chat because it's not a link because I'm a tech tard. But yeah, if you get in contact with him, I'll just stick a message or a comment on one of his recent videos. Let him know where you are, because I'm pretty sure he's South Wales, and that you've got 4-foot long koi that you need to get rid of. He should be able to help you. And tell him that Sharpe's Fishing Phantoms sent you. Hey, shameless self-promotion is never a bad thing. Hello, Darlene. Can't stay but hit the like button. Well, thank you very much for showing up and hitting the like button. Oh, and it appears Mary Page likes Mark's Aquatics. Yeah, I've not watched any of his videos recently, but no known problems, unscrapes, etc. Yeah, I'll say a few. I mean, he'll do the sensible thing in quarantine anyway, but you know, I'll say if he won't take them himself, he'll probably know of someone who will. That's you kind of get to know your local area. Although for me, it's literally my closest LFS is the big one, and they pay. So that's where they all go. And I say, the video I recorded today is literally part 5 of the store tour, and that is just the wet stuff and the exotics. Oh, thank you very much, Bob. There you go, Sandy. There is a link to Mark's Aquatics YouTube page. So yeah. Shrimp and koi don't sell here. Yeah, it all depends on the local bylaws regarding pet shop licenses. Because I can sell in my local district, Breckland, because the license laws here are different to they are in South Norfolk, Norwich, blah blah blah. If I want to sell in South Norfolk, Norwich, North Norfolk, and I need a pet shop license. To sell in Breckland, you don't need a pet shop license. So yeah, it's not the same all over the country. And I'm sure someone will chuck you a few quid for them anyway. Obviously nowhere near what they're worth. Come through Facebook, no one interested. Yeah. Also, it's kind of the wrong time of the year to be trying to get rid of pond fish. Mary is doing wonderfully. Thank you very much, Bob. Aside from having to deal with the police yesterday. Really nice fish. Just have too many in the ponds. Only 8,000 litres. What's mine? Is 110. So mine's 440 litres. So yeah, no koi for me. That's why I've only got comments. And there's no filter on it either, so there's that. No filter, all the slugs, snails, leeches, newts, frogs, dragonflies, 3 comets. What I'm actually going to have to do at some point, I think, is get my GoPro and go for a pond dip with it and see what's occurring. It's probably quite murky, so we might not see much, but could be an interesting look to see what is actually living in my pond. And you never know, you might get to see Watson, Holmes and Baskerville close up. They're chunky little comets, they really are. Well, I say they're not little anymore, they're quite sizable, but they're good old chonkers, considering they never get fed, don't get water changed, haven't got a filter. They just got a good layer of pond muck in the bottom, plenty of rain and lawn water. That's pretty much it. And it seems to work because it's got no nitrates. Yeah, as I say, it's a natural, it's a nature pond. And that's another video I will do this year when the frogs. Comet is a variety of goldfish, the red and white ones. You get the red comet, the Sarasa comet. Yeah, it's just different color types. Generally red and white, or orange and white. Yeah, mini koi pretty much. And they are Carassius auratus, so they're closely related to the crucian carp, which is even prettier. But yeah. Yeah, so when the frogs are in and doing what frogs do in early spring, I'll definitely have to get the camera out and film that as well. Because I tend to get quite a few frogs in that pond. Hopefully, Big Frog is back as well. Well, I say hopefully she will be. She basically lives in the pond. She's called Big Frog because she's huge for a UK common frog. Seasonal series on the pond might be cool. Yeah, I'll say it's something I keep forgetting to film, Bob. Mainly because I keep needing to tidy it up a bit first. I know I said earlier about I don't clean my tanks especially for videos, but the pond can get rather murky. I think it's got grass growing in it now. But yeah, I'll do some. And the other one I'm working on should be turning up tomorrow. I think I found an adapter that will allow me to attach a camera to my fishing landing net pole, which will then give me a 9-foot reach on a GoPro. So I should be able to go to local rivers and streams and things and be able to get the camera in the water a fair distance. So we might see some interesting things. Rather than the tie a bit of string to it and throw it in and hope approach. As you have a big long pole I can attach it to and dangle it in the water. Yeah, and that'll be easy to use because A, it's a landing net pole which is designed for that use, and B, it's carbon fiber, so it doesn't weigh anything and it's very stiff. Woof. It wasn't a cheap landing net pole, but it costs the same as some of the rods did. Ooh, I've still got a float for the end of it as well, so that might come in useful as well. Yeah, that's something I'm planning on. It's one thing having a camera that you can put in the water, but they're wild fish. So as soon as they see your outline or shadow, they disappear. They're straight into whatever cover they can find. Whereas if you've got a nice long stick that you can attach your camera to the end of and dunk that in, they may well come up and investigate. And yes, for some reason that light does turn itself off and then turn itself back on before it starts turning itself off again. No idea. Probably needs turning off and back on again, but it only does it the once. I think this is a warning that it's about to turn off. It'll be that one goes off first, then that one, and then that one, and the rest are all manual. So I'll have to go around, go and click, click, click. At least 3 of them are flugel flexes, so they have the same remote. I use the same one for each. Fishing rods are thin because of the weight more than anything, Bob, and because you want flex. So the pole is designed not to flex. But I mean, yeah, if you want, I can take you through all my fishing rods one day. I'd probably scare you. I've got quite a few, and they're all fairly specialist for what they do. Run from, I've got 10-foot quiver tip and power waggler rods. I've got 12-foot brench rod, 12-foot carp rod, 17-foot float rod. Sarcasm, first cup of coffee kicking in. And I've also got a 44-foot fishing pole. That takes some using. Doesn't take much of a breeze to get up before that's hard to hold on to. Especially at full length. But yeah. It's early. Your sarcasm's kicking in because of your coffee. Mine is running out because it's getting late. And Brienne is about to start streaming. So if anyone, probably Bob, if you have a link to Brienne's stream, if she's got one up and available, Brienne's Fish Fam. Ooh, fly rods. Yeah, something I never got into was fly fishing. I know how to do the cast because I did have a fly rod at one point, but there's not really anywhere around here that I can fly fish. And about the only things I could catch fly fishing around here would be carp, which you really don't want to be catching on a fly rod. I mean, you'd need a salmon rod, basically. You don't want something that's designed for 3 to 5 pound fish, and then somebody gets something that's 30 to 35 pound on the end of it. That's a lot of work. That way it lies torn rotator cuffs, ripped biceps, and dislocated wrists. Trust me, I know these things. Anyway, my time is up, and I do need to visit a little boy's room and drain the vein. So thank you everyone for showing up and being here. Thank you Bob and Sandy for the super chats. Most welcome. Thank you to my members as well, the Zach friends. And I shall be uploading something during the week. I'm not entirely sure what, and it might be a couple of videos because I do have quite a few now saved up. As Bob has posted the link to Brienne's stream. So what can we do as a hashtag for Brienne this week? Something polite. Sharpe says hi. That'll do. So again, thank you very much for everyone turning up and being here and stuffs. and super chats and the likes and all the good things. Have a good week. Stay safe. Peace out. Rock on. Bye bye. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Ah.